go. All right, hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Not Coming Soon. This is part 3 in our 3-part series of Nope, That's My Twin. We are concluding our recap of the Not Coming Soon adventure, a Myers Bros. Special.
Nice. Yeah.
But before we get there, a couple of things that we want to get to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We have to recap what we're watching.
Very true.
Of course.
Yes.
So first, I guess I'll kick us off.
Yeah. Get in there.
I watched a movie from 2013 called Coherence. It is a very low budget, almost student-looking film. I really don't know how I came across it. Well, I know how I came across it, but I don't know how they came across it. I was on Letterboxd, and just there's a section called Popular with Your Friends, and somebody had put this on their watch list. So I was like, hey, whatever, we'll check it out. It looks kind of interesting, and it is. It's very interesting. It is about a group of friends who are having a dinner party. A comet goes above their heads, and there are weird things that start to happen. Electrical surges, lights go on and off, and there's another house down the street with their lights on that they got to go check out. And you know what? You should go check this film out. So, figure it out.
Very nice.
And let me know what you think. It's very weird, and it's a strange concept that I was really into.
Nice. Is it purely dramatic, or is it like drom-com? Or
I would not call this comedic.
Mm-hmm.
I would call this a suspenseful sci-fi.
Oh yeah, nice. All right. Are there any? Do we know director or people in it? Not really.
Let me pull it up, but I did not know anybody that was in this film.
Hey, sometimes those are the best. Those ones that
Oh.
catch you by surprise. Oh.
What the heck? What is this? What even is that?
Did you stumble on a different film, or you just didn't realize there was people in Coherence?
Let me see here. I'm not sure. Well, so I went to see the director because I didn't know anybody in this movie. But the director directed, it looks like, a Pirates of the Caribbean short film.
Oh!
From 2011.
Yeah!
Tales of the Code, Wedlocked. There's in this short there is archive footage of Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh. Is it like behind the scenes?
I don't know why they would
Tales of the Code.
Let me read the synopsis real quick.
Yeah.
That scoundrel thinks he can marry the both of us. Wenches Scarlett and Giselle fix each other up for their wedding, in which they would each marry their groom. Upon realizing that both of their grooms are the same man, Jack Sparrow, the two wenches found themselves in an auction led by the auctioneer. This short film serves as a prequel to The Curse of the Black Pearl and explains just why Jack Sparrow's boat, the Jolly Mon, was seen sinking at the beginning of the whole story.
Oh.
Why the wenches were so upset with him, and how Cotton lost his tongue.
Why am I just hearing about this?
I don't know, man.
What?
It's 10 minutes long.
We get all those answers in 10 minutes? Get out of here. But
it looks like he wrote Rango.
Is this man secretly a legend?
I don't know, but he was the art director on Dead Man's Chest and At World's End.
Well done, sir.
So?
Wow. Huh. Well, yeah, I mean, like, do the names Scarlett and Giselle, do they ring a bell to you?
I believe that those two are the ones that slap him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like the first one came up. I don't even, did she have a precursor? I think she just slapped him. Right? First one?
And then, you know what? It's been a long time.
And then I believe Giselle is the second one to come up and says, "Who is she?" And then slaps him. So now we know what happened.
Now we know that backstory.
Know.
And we know why Cotton got his tongue cut out.
That one
I thought his tongue had been cut out for a long time. I'll give you that.
There's no... So it makes it seem that this short, Tales of the Code, goes right up into Jack Sparrow coming in to Port Royal on that faulty vessel.
That's what it sounds like.
Yet his meeting with Cotton is not much later. I doubt there's enough time to train a parrot to talk for you.
That's exactly what I
in that time frame. So
was
maybe
thinking.
Maybe we get a flashback that's just thrown into the...
I don't know. Don't ask me. By all accounts, it doesn't add up.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't
make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
That's all right. Oh, well. It's okay. No, but...
That's okay.
If you... that was a reference, obviously, to The Emperor's New Groove, which, if you're curious, has a tremendous backstory on how it was made. Originally entitled Empire of the Sun, and it was supposed to be a musical epic, not unlike The Lion King. But it totally did not work out. There was issues back and forth, and it ended up being the delightful comedy that we all know and love today. So,
from what I understand, the driving force for just pushing it all together was a toy deal with McDonald's. Yeah.
So McDonald's...
They had an obligation to provide content, I guess, for toys for McDonald's deal, and that was a factor that pushed them to release the film, or push to release.
So
the film.
like they didn't have the time to do what they wanted to do, so they had to kind of cut some corners.
So that's why we get scenes like how did the cat get back up after she fell off of the castle, and how she got back up was a mistaken delivery of giant trampolines.
The last time we did not order a giant trampoline. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Oh, I think it worked out, personally.
I think it worked out great.
Think it did. But that's also...
I don't think we've gotten anything to that level of ridiculousness since until Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Man. Blew right past it. Oh man. But also, just last thing about Emperor's New Groove. That's why, if you're ever curious why the song that comes on to start the credits has absolutely nothing to do with the movie and seems like a very strange change of pace, that was supposed to be the big hit song by Sting. That was going to be featured at...
He was supposed to do all the music. He was supposed to be... It was supposed to be his Lion King to Elton John's.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's true. So that's why that's there. We digress a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get back on track. What have you watched in our time apart?
Now, I had this really great experience the other day. Our local art museum put on a very... studious and highly cultured event a couple weekends ago, in which entitled Serial Cinema with a C, in which they showed a movie at 10 a.m. and gave you cereal, the little boxes, and they had someone serving milk.
What was your selection?
Frosted Mini Wheats.
I might have good frosted mini wheats.
They're good, right?
Oh, so good.
They're good.
I like when they get soggy. Where it's like kind of like you're chewing through cardboard,
but with sugar on it.
You get the different levels. Yeah.
I got judged hardcore by the milk pour guy, because like nobody had touched the frosted mini wheats. They were like impeccably stacked, and everything else is like dwindling, and there's just tons of frosted mini wheats. So I'm like, I'm gonna give these guys some love, and he's like, oh wow, not many people choose this. I'm like, come on. Anyway, it was actually, so this was a surprise outing that my wife put together, Emily, and she
Oh,
didn't
that's
tell me
funny.
what the movie was.
Oh,
And we actually went to
nice.
something similar the night before. They were doing the same kind of thing, but at night, and we watched Ever After, which is a fun. Have you seen Ever After?
I haven't
It's
seen Ever
interesting.
After. With cereal?
What? Not with cereal. No, not with
With-
cereal.
not
Not
with
with
cereal.
cereal. It was supposed to be outside, but it was bad weather, so we had to do it inside. But it's fun. It's fun. It's like it's the story of Cinderella, but
Mhm.
like told in a different way. So I'll let you, you know. Anyway, so
Okay.
I was expecting to see some sort of like poster or info about what
Yeah.
serial cinema the next morning would be. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. And I'm like, okay. Get there, get my cereal, sit down. I'm assuming they're going to introduce the film, say, hey, welcome to X movie. They didn't. They go down there and say, hi, this is Serial Cinema. Most of the people in the theater were kids, which will make sense here more in a moment. And they're like, enjoy the movie. So I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen.
Wow.
Yeah. And lights go down only a little bit. They left them high on purpose because kids get rowdy, and so they wanted them to be able to go, you know. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I hear the faint like French music start. And then up comes the Disney logo. Ratatouille. Probably my all-time favorite Pixar film. So, my wife did well.
Do you need the qualifier of Pixar?
It's pretty up there, just movies in general. The ego speech at the end gets me every time. But it was so like the speech he gives about criticism, and it's criticizing criticism, you know, in just a beautiful way. Peter O'Toole, who by the way is Lawrence of Arabia, the voice of Antonigo, and it's the detail and the heart that this movie has, like completely the kids watching it, who are obviously the target audience, just completely over their head. They're like hardly paying attention. They're like, hey, it's a rat. He makes food. It's fun. But like Pixar, the length they go in their movies to like get at the heart, you know, of like the human experience. It's amazing when they're making movies that they're trying to sell to like younger people who they're not even thinking that deep about it.
Right.
It's inspirational in a way.
You need something for both.
You do. It's
you know?
the perfect. Yeah,
need
exactly. Because
something-
you catch the kid's eye with the animation and the kind of the silliness that some of the scenes have, and then you have the story there for the adults to enjoy, and it's great. And I like when.
And Disney's done a great job of that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it took me, I took me well into adulthood to get how emotional Tarzan is. You know?
Yeah.
Man, I
It's a good.
didn't realize that like father relationship is like, man,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, and that's another.
got misty at the end
for
of that
sure.
one.
For sure. I get misty at the beginning of that one. Not in no small part thanks to Phil Collins. My gosh, that's a heck of a soundtrack. Great stuff. So yeah, that was the Ratatouille. I'm sure you guys are familiar.
Yep. Yeah, I'm very, very familiar. I too actually went to see Ratatouille in theaters over the last 2 weeks.
Nice. Everyone's doing it. It's coming back. Yeah, okay.
I did not.
But you did see something else, I'm
but-
assuming.
I did see something else. I saw Nope,
Nice.
the third directorial performance from Jordan Peele. You're right.
Yeah.
Trying to do that math.
Yeah.
Us.
Us. I still.
Get Out.
Did you watch Us?
Yeah. I did
Can
watch
I
Us.
handle it? Do you think?
So
It seems.
Us is definitely more of a horror, like a just straight up
Yeah.
horror movie. I don't know. It's a
Uh-huh.
lot. I definitely liked Nope a lot more than Us. It's a lot brighter. A lot of the Us stuff is super scary because these things only come out at like night. So
oh, great, of course, right?
Yeah, but in Nope, it's pretty much during the daytime. There's some night stuff, but Daniel Kaluuya and Kiki Palmer are bringing two very different energies to this movie, and they balance each other very well.
Oh, nice!
Like he is down here, she is up here. It's a lot of fun, very suspenseful, and I have seen criticisms that it's a little slow, but I very much enjoyed it, and I was in it. Do you know much about it? You have not seen it, right?
I have not seen it, and the teaser trailer that initially came out, I'm like,
Yeah.
I could not watch that in theaters. Like I saw that and I was petrified. And the latest, when we went to see another movie in theaters other than Ratatouille, and there was a more elaborate trailer.
Yeah.
And I felt so much more comfortable. I was like, oh, okay, I can see this.
I think you definitely can. It's definitely not in your face.
It gave me a what's the Mel Gibson? Is it Mel Gibson movie with the like creepy figure? They live in like a house, like farmhouse kind of place. What the hell is it? Maybe it's not Mel Gibson. Oh, Signs. Signs. Yes. And
I haven't seen Signs.
It's creepy. And
All right, I'm gonna add it to the list.
it's creepy in that they put little details in the background that usually if they're trying to kind of scare you, they put a detail that the character isn't seeing, but the camera is clearly in a spot where you can see it and notice it without a problem. But this one, I feel like they do multiple times that, like, if you're focusing on the characters that are talking, you don't see it. It's something that you catch in the corner of your eye, and it's just like emotion, and you go back and you're like, what was that? And you see it, like,
okay, that's pretty
freaky
cool.
stuff. So that was the vibe I was getting from Nope, which I did okay with Signs. I didn't, but it seemed like that times 10, like more terrifying. But no, I'm definitely excited to see that in theaters.
Yeah, I would recommend it. Like big screen, this is definitely a movie for that.
Nice.
Like it is very expansive. It has you like looking up, scanning the sky a lot.
Cool. Nice.
No, very into it.
Nice.
And he does a great job of adding comedy and mixing comedy, horror, suspense. Yeah, there's some bits like I feel like I always have this issue with the ending of horror movies. It's always kind of a letdown. Like it's always kind of like, okay, it's like a demon.
Yeah.
Or okay, like especially like Stephen King especially. I'm like, it's always like, oh, this small town is being plagued by murders done by people from the town, but they have airtight alibis for, oh, it's just a shape-shifting demon.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey,
it's the devil.
Got him. Well, I mean, Children of the Corn. It was actually, well, I guess the devil was telling them to do it. But still, real kids kill people.
Devil's always behind it.
It's always the devil.
Always the devil.
Well, hey, Green Mile. There's no extraness to that.
Yeah, but that one's less like a horror movie, right?
Yes, it's
I haven't
not.
seen it actually.
You haven't seen the Green Mile?
I haven't seen the Green Mile.
Oh, you should watch it. It's very beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Shawshank.
Yeah.
Novellas though.
Yeah, that's like a short story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Or I have the book. I need to read it. It's like Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption is the name of the book.
Yeah.
That dude. How does he do it?
I don't know. He just cranks them out. It's crazy.
I saw this interview. It was George R. R. Martin and Stephen King, and George is like, dude, I hate you because in a span of a couple months, I write like 2 chapters, and you've written 2 books. Like, how do you do it?
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like 2 super long ones too.
Yeah.
It's not like he's cranking out like short like short airport reads.
And like he has like multiple. He has that series, The Dark Tower, with 8 books that pretty much no one has heard of, other than that like movie that wasn't even related almost at all. Like nobody even knows that long series exists. He has so much out there that you just don't even know about. Yeah. Stephen King. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, get the name out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I really like most of the movie. The ending has like it feels like kind of a letdown.
Mm-hmm. So for
me at least. Yeah.
So that makes me think that you've seen The Village, I'm assuming.
Yes, I have seen The Village.
Do you just love that then? Do you love The Village?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't spoil
That's
it.
not a letdown.
No.
I knew the twist, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, to me, The Village is... I'm not going to call The Village a letdown. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
But I like a good monster. So when that happened, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The
Village is not time travel, right?
No.
Yeah,
nope.
I didn't think so. I feel like there is something that's time travel in a similar vein. But
if you think of it, let us know. Shoot us an email.
Yeah.
Another thing I know you're gonna like is I recently picked up a Amazon Prime show called The Boys. Finally did it.
Dude. Finally. Oh man, I've been wanting to talk to you about The Boys for so long. Oh man. So you watched all of it in the span of how long?
2 weeks, maybe. My boss was.
How's your sensitivity to gore?
I don't know why. I did not struggle with it. Maybe it's just the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah, it's all ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I'm like watching it, and usually I would like shy away, but I'm like, yes, break him. But, oh my gosh, it's so good. And your comment about it's like said, this is just in the back of my mind as I'm watching the whole thing. I'm like, this is Amazon Studios, which is like very interesting.
Like Amazon Amazon would be a VOT.
Yeah.
In that
100%.
world.
Yeah. No, it's really good, and so watching it made me think. Don't Look Up. You see the machine? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Boys succeeds where Don't Look Up didn't. I feel like Don't Look Up made it too easy for certain people to be like disregard it. It's slightly too comedic, slightly too silly, slightly too ridiculous, and they can completely disassociate from it. You can't really do that. Boys is very accurate. I mean,
I think there's an element of Don't Look Up where it's like, oh, okay, you're preaching.
Yeah.
The Boys doesn't feel like it's preaching.
No,
ever.
exactly. That's it. It does a really, really good job of it, even in this ridiculous environment, like telling it like it is, and it's it doesn't glorify one side or the other necessarily. It kind of it's real life almost, it seems. So that it's pretty satisfying, I would say, to watch. I mean, obviously not where it ended, where you're kind of like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
But it's good. I love it. What have you been wanting to tell me or to touch on? I know it's just too numerous.
Well, I'm curious. I'm curious your take with it all being fresh. Like when I watched, I think I watched season 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. No, I watched season 1 pretty close to when season 2 was coming out. So I was pretty fresh through those two, and then I just picked up season 3 when it came out. So it's been year and a
Yeah.
half since
Yeah.
then. So I needed to have a little bit of a refresher, but you're
Yeah, well, that's
There
what
you go.
I kind of hate about all the shows that I'm watching and
Yeah.
I'm up to date on. Because, like Barry, I started watching season 4, 3. What's the latest one of Barry?
4, I think.
Uh,
No, that's it. That feels like it's been.
3. I think it's 3.
That doesn't feel
I think it's-
right.
I don't know. I finally started watching the latest season of Barry, and I am
Yeah.
enjoying it. It's just you build up this relationship with the show, and then you don't watch it for years, and it takes a bit to get the taste back.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Stranger Things was super hard. I was like, did you? I finished.
did?
I watched season 4
Uh-huh.
of that, and I like the middle 3 seasons.
yeah,
Middle 2
Uh-huh.
seasons. I have like no recollection.
I don't either. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I did really enjoy the latest season, but
Oh, me
Okay.
too. I think that was my favorite non-first season. Like I like remember of what I remember season 2 and 3 being okay, and I really liked season 4.
Yeah, no, I did too. And even without, I'm like, there's tons of references
Yeah.
or characters and stuff, and I'm like, I do not remember who you are. Or they mention
Yeah.
a name, and I'm like, and they mention it like it's supposed to mean a lot, and I'm like, I don't know. But dude, how epic! I think it's the ending of the. So they did the like first 4 and then the last 2 or however many, and
Yeah.
the ending of the second to last one, where it plays like a remixed Separate Ways by that came on since I listened to movie scores and stuff. Like YouTube Music was like, you might like
Yeah.
this, and it started. I was like, it gets me pumped. It was so. Whew. It was epic.
Yeah, I think they put that in the trailer.
Oh, did they?
Um,
I'm glad I didn't see that then.
yeah,
Because I was like,
yeah. Well, I think it was just like auto playing.
mm.
Sometimes these Netflix trailers, man.
Oh, I know. What is it?
Yeah.
There's one site that doesn't do that, and I appreciate them, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's Disney. Disney Plus, I
don't
think,
know.
does it. The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah, so
The Boys.
it felt, because there's only 8 episodes a season, it felt really fast. It felt like I blew through it. And now I gotta
Yeah.
wait. I think it was really, because I was wondering if season 3 was gonna be kind of wrapping up almost, with Homelander's demise.
I have felt like this season can't end without
Yes,
this guy dying.
yes, no, 100%. I was after the 7th episode or something. I'm like, all right, he's got to die. Like that. That's the
Yeah.
only way this ends.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that it didn't.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love
I
it.
also, yeah,
There's so many Homelander memes right now.
yeah. I love that one where it's his last shot and he's.
Yeah.
Oh man, and
And the have you even seen the ones with the deep? Where
yes.
where he does his superhero turnaround.
Yeah.
I
Have you seen that one where
love that.
it's that part and it's like Mark Wahlberg when they pitch a Boston cop movie? Oh my gosh.
Let's
it's so
see. I
good.
got.
I also think
Oh, did you see that Batman or Ben Affleck is coming back as Batman?
Can they figure out what the hell they're doing over there at DC?
They just like literally hot off the presses. Well, by the time you hear it, it's probably been like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
but
sorry guys.
hot off the presses. They canceled the Batgirl movie.
I saw that. I saw that
know
was
about this?
shelved.
Yes. Yeah, they like are not gonna put it out at all, which is probably
Oh wait, hold up. The one with Ruby Rose? Or
no. She was
Yeah, did that-
the CW Batwoman or something like that.
Oh.
They had it, and honestly, it looked like a CW show. So I kind of get why they would cancel it.
Oh, the
as a
Batgirl
theatrical
one,
release.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, but it had Michael Keaton and Michael Keaton coming back as Batman,
I
and
remember that.
they're just canceling this movie. I gotta imagine it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Like it's either terrible or it's just not. It's just lower tier. If you look at the costumes and things like that, it's just not on the same level as other like DC movies.
That's
and I
saying
think with the like Warner Brothers Discovery, they're like we need splashes, and this is not going to be a splash. Sure, but pretty crazy that they have a finished movie basically with Michael Keaton as Batman that they're just gonna put in the trash.
What would they do? What are they doing? What would the implications be for the like? Are you guys doing a universe or are you not? DC. Let's make up our minds.
I think that it's been like really mishandled.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Warner Brothers has had like 3 owners in the past 10 years, so it's hard to think about having a cohesive strategy if you're just constantly being bought and sold.
Yeah. But yeah, well, having Michael Keaton come back as Batman would just... Gosh,
Yeah,
but
it's
DC is just a mess. And I'm not calling it... this is not... Marvel's not... I'm not going to say a mess. I kind of wish... Because I'm losing steam with the shows. I haven't watched a couple shows. Multiverse of Madness didn't really do anything for me.
You want to talk about this? Let's talk about this.
I think it would have potentially been I know you got to ride the momentum, but Endgame, and then new characters, new universe, new everything.
Dude, let's talk about this, man. I have this Phase 4 has been pretty bad,
right? It's bad. It's not
bad.
Good. It's bad.
Did you watch Thor?
I did watch Thor.
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yes.
It was entertaining. Did it move the needle for me? Would I say it's like in anything better than previous phases? No.
No. Well, it's how Taka came over with Ragnarok and kind of reinvigorated Thor the character and got everyone hyped moving into the final phase of the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
This did not in any way strike a boom to start off Phase 4, whichever the Phase 5.
We're like almost through with Phase 4.
Yeah, well,
Wakanda Forever is the last Phase 4
when
movie.
is that coming out?
So let's see what comes out of that. But Phase 4 has been really bad.
Yeah. No, that's...
except for No Way Home, which upon rewatch is pretty like nostalgia heavy. If you don't have that, shots fired. Yeah. But Eternals, Black Widow. Black Widow was a mess.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Multiverse of Madness was just a complete disaster to me.
I really did not like. I was sitting there the whole time like this is absurd. But correct me if I'm wrong. The Black Widow movie did absolutely nothing other than introduce these other characters that are coming in later. Florence Pugh.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it just introduced her sister.
Yeah. But it's because I feel like she had the character development that she had throughout the Infinity Saga, even though this film takes place before the Infinity Saga, so she should not have been. She should have been the, like, emotionless assassin that we meet in Iron Man 2.
No, because it was...
This was before... She hadn't even met Clint yet.
No, I don't think that's true. I think this is...
Really?
I think this is between... it's between one of the later ones. It's not... I don't know if it's between Infinity War and Endgame, but it is, like... Chronologically, it's pretty late in the game.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure. Let me just check out MCU chronologically.
Yeah. While you do that, just for Thor, obviously there's been tons of hype around this for a long time. It came out and I saw the initial review. The initial reception was not fantastic, and I was like, oh, okay. And I watched it, and I did enjoy it more than I thought I would. It's just, it's it's almost too silly. Gore is such a cool character too, and there are some really good, really cool shots with him. But I think they talked about a lot of the criticism, at least some of the actors have for the movie, is there's too much cut. They made it too PG. They made it too PG to satisfy the youngins. They said gore was like horrifying, and like they cut a lot of it. Yeah.
Oh man, that would be cool to see.
I know.
So it looks like Black Widow is between Ant-Man and the Wasp and Infinity War.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I misremembering? Did
You might be. Well, I mean, they start off as kids.
Right.
So you got
that part's right.
Yeah, that part's right. Well, it is them coming back together. It's not like she's with this crew.
That's true.
In the beginning of the movie, they come back together.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No, don't even worry.
But the result's the same. The only point of the movie was to introduce this character, her sister.
Yeah.
And they got to step it up with the next couple somethings.
Seriously.
Or I'm gonna like totally lose interest.
Yeah, Did you watch Miss Marvel?
No, that's one of the ones I haven't. I haven't watched Miss Marvel and I haven't watched Hawkeye.
I thought Miss Marvel started off really fun, and then it was like fine.
Have you also seen this?
You said you didn't watch Hawkeye?
I didn't watch Hawkeye. I do want to watch Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's not bad. I enjoyed that one. I think Loki.
Oh, I enjoyed Loki.
Loved Loki. But that's kind of not inconsequential, but it is in a separate parallel universe.
Right. Well, I thought I thought Loki was going to come out and going to change the game for every subsequent movie. I thought that was going to be the biggest, like, okay, this is what Phase 4 is. And
I think it's Phase 5 and 6.
Oh,
if you look at if you look at the
Phase 5 and 6. Kang Dynasty.
Yeah. If you look at the roadmap that they announced, I think that Kang is going to the big. He's going to be the Thanos.
Yes, I am excited about that. He's a cool character, and that's all that implication. It's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to weave that together. Totally. And I feel like they haven't set it up successfully to be able to do that. It just seems like the last couple movies have been, and TV shows, detached and kind of random.
Yeah, I think that that's a product of COVID. One, I think that they've had a lot of issues there. I think there was a big delay. I think Doctor Strange was supposed to be a very different movie. It was supposed to come before No Way Home. Yeah. And WandaVision.
Oh, it was supposed to come before WandaVision? The breakout Marvel TV show?
Yeah. So I think that it was supposed to come before WandaVision, and the reason that she shuts down and goes and does this, traps his town, was the fallout of whatever was supposed to happen in Doctor Strange. So I think it's just a huge mess of reshuffling. I don't know what's going on, why Love and Thunder was the way it was, but
yeah. No, I think it's got to be like Christian Bale talked about how he was upset that Taka cut so much.
I think it's
Taika. Sorry,
Taika
Waititi.
Taika.
Sorry, my mistake.
Waititi. No, it's actually I don't think it's even his name. I don't think that's his real name.
Oh.
But yeah.
You never know. I feel like I'm always surprised by who has. And people I don't even think, like Lady Gaga being Lady Gaga to me totally makes sense, but that's obviously not her name.
It's obviously not her real name. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like they hacksawed
I think
that
we'll
one.
get a lot more Kang stuff in Loki season 2.
Yes.
which is filming.
Yes.
And I think he's going to be part of the Ant-Man and the Wasp stuff.
Oh, Quantanium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think they can get back on track with those, and then we can.
I
kind
think
of
so
just
as well.
Almost forget the last. I mean.
Yeah. It's tough because they used to, end credit scenes used to set up like the next movie
Immediately. Yeah.
when are we gonna get Hercules? That's like not even on the roadmap. I don't like there's a lot of these things that they're teasing now that actors are gonna age out of these roles.
Well, also, did Hercules look absolutely like a cartoon to you? Was that just me? I thought he looked ridiculous. He looked insane. Have you seen the stuff about visual effects?
Oh yeah,
people
yeah.
being it's hard. It sucks working for Marvel because they don't let you. I'm not exactly sure what the grievance is. I just know
it seems like they are massively overworked and given a lot of changes, so they have to redo a lot of stuff. And they have to do a lot of last minute changes. So you get things where, like in Black Widow, have you seen that scene where Elena is like blowing up the helicopter or whatever? Yeah. Looks awful. Looks so bad. Yeah. There's a scene in Love and Thunder where Jane Foster's walking down with her Thor helmet on, and the helmet is completely detached from her head.
Yes.
It's just like moving in a completely... It looks like a really bad video game.
Yes. When they get to the God City.
Yeah.
They're walking down the hallway. Yeah, it's terrible. It looks like, I don't know how they couldn't figure this out in the entirety of Ragnarok, but the only bad thing about Ragnarok was Helena's, whenever she had the spikes up, it was the same kind of thing. Like, what?
Yeah. Like, at a certain point, I'm like, you didn't need to have the helmet on.
No.
Like, it doesn't add anything.
No.
Nobody
Also,
in the editing room was seeing this and being like, oh, that looks pretty bad. Let's just take that off of.
Take it off. Or give the woman a helmet. Just, I feel like people are too quick to not use practical effects. They like, for the littlest stuff, we gotta throw CGI in because I'm assuming it's cheaper or easier. It's like, just let whatever it is happen. I don't know. Yeah. Wow, we really.
But anyway,
we really
with all this superhero talk.
Oh.
Should we talk about Nope? That's my twin.
Yeah, the next big thing. I think so.
The next big thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yes.
To recap. Very high level. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Our story is about a regular man, an everyman, some might say.
Joe.
An average Joe.
Oh, maybe his name's Joe.
Who is twins with a superhero. The superhero is basically like a Superman type character with the like incredible powers and just strongest man in the world, blah, blah, blah. So it's hard to live a fulfilling life when you're constantly comparing yourself to literally a superhero. So he's struggling with that. There's a lot of familial strife and feelings of inferiority and there's that complex there. So we go through mainly like three. There's like mainly three acts to this bad boy.
Yes.
We got the opening act where we're going to set up his life and our main character's life and his dissatisfaction with that life and how he has felt small and underappreciated and all that his whole life.
Yes.
Act 2, we're going to have this twin try to extend an olive branch and say, hey, why don't you do me a solid, take this meet and greet ceremony, have like a photo op, have your time as Superman. Gets the key to the city, has a big old ceremony, and during that time, our villain comes. And our superhero is in the crowd, keeping his watchful eye on things, and in the process of trying to defeat the villain, is captured, leaving our main character to go and try to save his brother. Now, this villain is from another world.
Mm-hmm.
He's he's aquatic.
Yes.
He's very fish-like.
Mm-hmm. Manta ray-esque.
Like a stingray, manta ray.
Yeah.
He's got like flying squirrel-like abilities where he can glide with his outstretched arms.
Yep.
He has flippy stingers that extend from his arms, like a Wolverine type.
Yep.
Wolverine type power. And every like 45 minutes, half hour, he's got to dunk his head in water.
Yep.
Because he is
take a big old
aquatic.
big old breath.
Yep.
Yeah.
And his goal is to flood the earth and make it proper for his living conditions, so that he can bring his kind and become take dominion over the planet Earth. So his goal is to remove his one obstacle, which is our superhero.
Right.
And then Act 3 is all about the rescue and ultimate defeat of the manta ray.
Yes. Maybe we should move a little bit away from manta ray, given Black Manta.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Let's see.
Not that this is like tremendously different, but like I'm thinking like Stingray, but emphasis on Ray, like the name Sting Raymond. I don't know why they would have like an Earth name, like, but we'll workshop that.
What if his name was Sting?
Yes.
And he's just.
Oh, and he gets that super villain name for himself, and he thinks it's really good, and he like says it for the first time, and everyone's like the police. And he's like, I will destroy the police, thinking it's like Johnny Law, but
excellent.
That's good. I think that's fantastic.
And Sting has been in pop culture, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
In a weird, like, he just like pops up. Have you watched Only Murders in the Building?
I have watched the first season and one episode of the second season.
Okay.
I don't know if I can continue watching the second season.
Yes, I didn't think so. Now.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I'll maybe try. I watch it. I liked watching the first season. I just like. I don't know. I don't like this one as much. So far. Not just because of Amy Schumer. It's not just because of Amy Schumer. It feels kind of forced. Just like.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. That's fair. Okay.
But yeah, he's been in that. And then B-movie. Who could forget?
Naturally.
Right.
Those two.
So his name is Sting. Yeah.
So his name is Sting, and then Act 3 is all about the rescue, and that is a somewhat underdeveloped portion of this that I don't think we have to get into. I think this is a film that is not coming soon, and we can keep today light unless you have other things to get to. And I think we can just focus on casting.
Okay. I do want to float this by you.
Yeah.
Pun intended. How do we feel about his... So this might be tricky with the visual effects of it all, but his hideout whilst on Earth is a submerged vessel.
Okay.
Now, to hopefully not have... Like, that could be tough. We know big-time movie studios struggle with putting actors underwater, like Willem Dafoe in Aquaman. Everybody in Aquaman.
Everybody in Aquaman, the Ocean Master.
The Ocean Master. I get that that's the comic book name, but like, you have to call me and 100% serious. Ocean Master.
But he like yells it.
Oh, he yells it.
It's
I didn't
amazing.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But could be tough. And potentially that's part of the pressure that they're on that at the depth, like prevents the super twin from using his powers.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I don't know how the non super twin will get down there, but we'll leave that up for
Might be a
the
challenge.
writing room. They'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So, you got somebody in mind for casting?
So,
Yeah, who you thinking?
we need someone who can do both, right? We need somebody who can be a superhero. We also need somebody who can be just an everyman. Yeah, I'm struggling with it. I have some options.
Yeah.
I have some options. And this is kind of ignoring some of the previous roles that they've
Oh no, well that doesn't
partaken in.
Yeah.
You know. So I've got three guys that I'm kind of throwing around. So Dylan O'Brien, because Dylan O'Brien's so hot right now. Aaron Taylor Johnson would be kind of interesting. I've seen because he got Kick-Ass because he plays both sides on in Kick-Ass, and he's also Quicksilver. He's got that.
Oh yeah,
that kind of energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that Quicksilver. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. Not Evan Peters.
Yeah, by that.
Although
I was about to say I kind of like Evan Peters. I could see Evan Peters.
kind of do like Evan Peters.
That's in there. And then who was the other one you were trying to come up with just now?
I don't remember.
That's okay. He's forgettable. So
but I think, yeah, forgettable.
Yeah, no, I like that.
What do you think?
I like it. I guess those guys are at the right age. I just picture them being younger, but they're not. Oh, by the way, I remember you a couple episodes ago. You cast Jack Quaid in something, and now I love it.
Oh yeah.
I'm all about that. Also, I think Carl Urban's now my favorite person. So he's so cool. Oh,
He's like floral shirts.
yeah,
I
I
love his
know.
shirts.
It's like, how can you look so intimidating in a Hawaiian shirt? And it's like, is it 80 degrees? I can't tell. You're wearing a trench coat, but it's still awesome. Oh man. Oh, he's so cool. Oh, is he our villain?
Is he Sting?
Because I was kind of thinking we get like a pretty dramatic actor to play this ridiculous villain, and kind of like a fish out of water type role, kind of like Daniel Craig in Knives Out. Just like,
Okay.
here's Daniel Craig. Here's very much not Daniel Craig played by Daniel Craig, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of like Carl Urban for that, for Sting.
I'd mess with that.
We make him do.
I also had Guy Pearce.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's what I was thinking.
That's pretty good.
Thinking there. He has played a comic book villain.
We'll give him
but
redemption
it
here.
Isn't one of the most forgettable
Yeah, people forget.
Iron Man movies. Yeah.
God, Guy Pearce. No, I like that a lot. That's a good one. I feel like I can get somebody. Let's see. Trying to think of the younger people.
Yeah, it's hard.
I guess he's too big now.
Who?
What's the actor's name that plays Kang?
Jonathan Majors?
Jonathan Majors was in my head. I'm like, that's not right. That was right. Did you watch Lovecraft Country?
I didn't.
It gets really wild really quick. It was not at all what we thought it was going to be, and it gets kind of too out there for me. But I really like him. He's in it.
He's also in The Harder They Fall.
Yes, I want to watch that. We almost watched that the other day.
I would recommend it. I liked it. I am really like not a westerns person. I'm like whenever I watch one, I'm kind of like, oh, this was supposed to be a really great movie, and I'm not feeling it. But I really liked The Heart of the
Yeah,
Claw.
it looks like it's a really well done spin on what a traditional western should be.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So Jonathan Majors potentially, although I'm it's harder to see him as an average Joe. I would say he's
Yeah, exactly. That's like the hard line that we have to
super for sure.
walk.
Average Joe, maybe not. Which also
I feel like we're going to get a lot of different versions of him throughout the next few Marvel properties.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
which is gonna be
that's
cool.
true because he has all of his. Well, didn't he kill all of his variants?
Yes. So like that. I think the story in Loki is that he killed all of them, but as soon as he was killed,
Right.
he was the one that was keeping all the timelines
Right.
together. So now with all these different branching timelines, there will be tons of Kangs. And there's another Kang that you see in the universe that Loki goes back to when he goes to the TVA. When he goes back to the TVA and talks to Owen Wilson,
like, who are you?
Who doesn't know who he is. There's a giant Kang statue in there rather than the
They
figurehead
just
things.
throw that momentum into.
Yeah.
Because that was awesome.
I really think that the COVID had a lot
True,
of,
especially
ruined a lot of plans.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
Because I think that the density of Marvel movies was supposed to be higher.
Yeah.
Because right now it's kind of it feels not slow, but it feels like, okay, that felt inconsequential.
Exactly. That's the biggest takeaway I get from these is okay, what did that have to do? Like where does that take this?
Yeah.
Whereas
but if you have a Marvel movie like every 2 months, then it's makes more sense to you get there quicker, I guess.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how the multiverse saga, right?
Yeah.
Plays out. I think that's what
Yeah, I think so.
I also like how they fell into these names with the Infinity Saga. Like there was no official anything, and then people just started kind of calling certain things like the phases and Infinity Saga and all that. And now they're like, okay, that's the formula.
So wild. Yeah.
Anyway, I like Dylan O'Brien.
I feel like we've done him before.
For our, I can't remember, but we have suggested him before. He's been in the running before for sure.
Yeah.
It's always hard. Yeah,
Let's do it.
Dylan O'Brien. People, keep in mind that's 2 different roles Dylan will be playing. Both twins. Keep that in mind. We got Guy Pearce or Carl Urban for Sting. Would it be funnier, Carl Urban, since he's British, being Sting? Sting's not British. He is British. He's British, isn't he?
I think he's from over there. I thought Carl Urban was Australian.
I thought so too, and then I think he is. He just. I also like half of this show.
New Zealand.
Half the show I thought he was doing an Australian accent, and that is he? Oh, not doing one. I mean,
I think I think it's an
British.
amalgamation. Yeah.
But it's so cool. That's not to say you should talk the way he does, kids. That language is not good, especially in the States. That doesn't really.
Yeah, Guy Pearce is British.
Guy Pearce is British?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Does he have an accent, like, naturally?
I think so.
What?
I don't know if I've really seen him in anything with a British accent.
Me neither. That's
honestly.
why I can't picture it. Ear-wise.
I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff, to be fair, though.
Have you seen Mayor of Easttown?
Yes.
So he's English in that too?
He's American in that.
American in that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that blows my mind. I didn't. That's interesting. Okay, well then either works.
He's probably British in the Count of Monte Cristo.
He should be. Wait.
Well, he should be probably French, right?
He should be French. Guy. Oh, that makes me think though. In the Ever After, they're like in France, like, and they mention multiple times that they're in France and that they're French. Yet every single one of them has a thick British accent.
Yeah, man, that's like all the time.
Like even like Drew Barrymore, who like he doesn't have a British accent. It's not like they're just using their natural accents. It's they made a point to all have a British accent, even though they're in France.
It always like throws me in Les Mis, where the like little French boy has like the strongest Cockney accent.
Cockney. Yeah, right.
I'm Grab Rosh.
Dude, if you spoke like that in France, they would Three Little Wolves. I don't know what they do in France. I'm trying to learn French on Duolingo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting...
The 5 years didn't do it for you? No, definitely not.
No. Well, I'm actually often surprised by how much I can recognize. But I'm not fantastic at putting, sentences together myself.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, well, I think that might just do it for us.
Yeah, I think we heavy loaded our discuss current events segment. So I think you guys should be satiated with that one. And our couple casting should get you there. Like we didn't know that the hero was going to triumph,
Yeah, come on.
Good guy wins, bad guy loses. Big
freaking
surprise. Do you might know this. In Dodgeball, the reason that scene is there is because Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn had, where he pegs him, he steps over the line, but he gets him, and Global Gym wins. Global Gym won, and the movie ended. And the studios were like, or the test audience hated it.
I needed a test audience, yeah.
And they're like, reluctantly, Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn were like, fine, we can have Average Joe's win. And that's that's the problem with American cinema. But
what a classic.
It is a classic. A true underdog story, if there ever was one. Yeah.
Well, do you have a connection for me?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Let's do this.
All right. Okay. To stay on the Taika Waititi?
Taika?
Taika? I thought I was saying Taika and that was wrong. I've been saying Taika.
No.
So Taika?
Yeah, you've been
I'm
saying
sorry.
Taika. Yeah. No, dude, don't even worry about it. Taika.
Oh my god, what is wrong with me?
You went back again,
oh my
yeah.
God. Say it again. Say it again.
Taika.
Jeez.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. Connect him with Octavia Spencer.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, I know.
So we got Taika Waititi is in What We Do in the Shadows with Jermaine Clement, who is in Dinner for Schmucks with Octavia Spencer. Yeah. It can't all be incredibly difficult.
I know. Well, it was, she was. I feel like sometimes I forget she's in Dinner for Schmucks, which is just an outrageously hilarious film.
Okay, let's try this another way.
Oh, yeah.
Let's try this another way.
When he's so good, he just finds multiple different ways off the top of his head. Yeah, sorry guys.
No, we can get a different one. Don't even.
Okay. Oh, I'm sure we can.
So let's see here.
We can spitball out loud here.
Yeah.
With Taika Waititi, we could use Ryan Reynolds because he is the friend in Green Lantern. People forget.
He's also in Free Guy.
He isn't Free Guy. He's also in Soul with Jamie Foxx.
He's also
and Tina Fey
in.
Sorry, go ahead.
He's also in Lightyear.
Right. Spencer is in Hidden Figures. With what's her name? The lead in Hidden Figures.
I don't think I've seen Hidden Figures.
I haven't either, but I know I can picture her.
But is that Taraji P. Henson?
Yes. Who is in Date Night with Tina Fey. Tina Fey is in Soul with Taika Waititi.
There you go.
There it is.
I can also do.
Yeah.
Here we go. Taika Waititi is in Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is in The Change Up with Jason Bateman.
Very true.
Who is in Identity Thief with
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy, who is in Thunder Force with Octavia Spencer.
Thunder Force.
It's really bad.
What? That's not.
Thunder Force. Octavia Spencer is a scientist who is trying to unlock superpowers, and it's a bad comedy.
There's no puppets in that one, is there?
No, I believe that's the Happy Time Murders.
I couldn't remember. I knew the Happy Time Murders was a separate movie, but I thought there was another puppet movie out there.
I don't know. Well, there's the Muppets.
I saw somewhere someone was like, I don't understand why Disney is bothering with these live action remakes when you guys own the rights to the Muppets. You can just make Muppet remakes of everything. Which, when I was working from home, I went on like a Muppet binge of like all the Muppets. Did you watch the Muppets Haunted Mansion?
I don't think I did. No.
Come spooky season, give it a watch. It's the Muppets Halloween Haunted Mansion special. It's fantastic.
All right, I'll check it out.
You should. Yeah, it's very good. Some good stuff out there.
Okay.
I think that's gonna do it.
I think that's gonna do it.
That is gonna do it. Well, I know you guys want more, but we're gonna stop right there for today. We think we have enough content for you. We really appreciate you coming out, listening to us, enjoying our tidbits. We hope you enjoyed Nope, That's My Twin, because you gotta enjoy it now, because it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Now, this time and always, I have been Ryan.
I've been Jeff.
And we'll catch you next time on Not Coming Soon. Please be patient with the next episode.